Hello, conscious co-creators. For our reading today, we are going to be leaving it a bit open with the intention of giving thanks. We're going to look into gratitude and appreciation energy. Of course, this is meant to align with Thanksgiving and that holiday this week and moving forward, and the highest expression of that energy. We're going to be using a pyramid format with our tarot energy today. So we're really looking for where we're meant to get to, what is the peak of this beautiful giving thanks, appreciation type of energy that we can lean into or align with. And so we're going to do 3 groups. Here's the first group: exploring unity consciousness. Exploring unity consciousness. And of course, you're just tuning into your intuition. I want this one here, this orangey yellow. Honoring adversity, group number 2. So tuning into your intuition just to try and get a pull, a vibe. Maybe you're seeing a number in your head or in your mind's eye. Rewiring the nervous system for group number 3. So you can go by the different pictures or graphics on each of the cards. Maybe there's a word that's standing out to you. So again, group number 1, exploring unity consciousness. Group number 2, honoring adversity. And group number 3, rewiring the nervous system. Once you have made your intuitive selection, you can head down to the description and click on the timestamp next to your particular card or group of choice, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. We are going to be looking at how you can tune into and align with the energy of gratitude and giving thanks in your highest possible expression. So you have chosen the Exploring Unity Consciousness card. These cards are healing mantra cards. So it's really interesting how you can see there's like this beautiful center or core star, and how that is illuminating outward, really being able to tap into the understanding that you are a being of light, a divine being, and you're connected to all of the other beings for sure, and being open and willing to explore that. So let's see what your mantra is here. I am one eternal light, appearing as all. Again, just what they were saying. So immediately what I'm getting from this, just as we begin and we set up your reading, which by the way, let's give these a roll. 9, yes. 5 and a 4, that's 9. Change, returning you to your heart center, returning you to stability. It does feel like in this group, there is a bit of a change. It may be a change in perspective or perception of something, someone, some circumstance or situation where you are seeing it separate from yourself. And we, of course, this is an interesting subject because we, of course, are individual beings, physical beings, but this unity consciousness card that you have chosen is an expression of you as well, right? You are part of the whole. It's like, I am me and I am you. That's how Spirit usually will say it to me. And I think that there's been some like resistance or butting heads energy. That's what they're showing me, like 2 fists kind of bumping together like that. And that may be, you know, within your own being, within your own self. That may be in a relationship that you're in. That may be as you're working with certain people, or maybe there's a certain circumstance or situation in your life that you're moving through or thinking a lot about, and you've been trying your best to figure it out, trying your best to settle into some kind of understanding about it, and it's not kind of so easy, right? Or it's not settling for you. This seems to be that we're coming to the end of that by realizing that, well, that could be you, right? That other person, that other experience, that this could be you, and you're just having a conscious experience that is connected to other people as well. It's an interesting, quite vast, profound kind of subject. So let me shuffle these. Yes, I hope that you are, in fact, open to receiving these messages today, especially if you have chosen this group, because this will be an enlightenment energy for you, for sure, to expand yourself. I am one eternal light appearing as all. You may start seeing yourself in other people's experiences or having more compassion or empathy for your own experience or circumstance. From a different perspective. We, of course, are going to see what Spirit has to give you and what the cards say. But I feel with that 9, 5 and a 4 together to make a 9 is essentially change that creates stability or gets you centered back into your heart center. Okay, your tarot is set. I just want to get a peek at the bottom card. 8 of Crystals, dedication and progress. Yes, this is a card of manifestation on the physical plane. This is a card of mastering something, doing the hard work and putting in the hard work that it takes to be able to feel that manifestation coming to life, that thing starting to work, the mastery taking shape, you getting really good at something. So I feel like, yeah, if it's been difficult and you've been going like, if you're yelling at the screen and going, I've been trying my absolute best, Jodie, I don't know what else you'd like me to do. There's this sense of, not that it's almost over, but you've been doing a great job and you have been dedicated, and that's being acknowledged here. And so maybe we start with gratitude for yourself and the dedication that you've been putting into this topic or this project or this relationship or this subject, okay, or this circumstance. But I definitely want more information. So let's get the bottom row of the pyramid in place for you with your tarot. 9 of Crystals, security and abundance. So you had that 8 on the bottom and now the 9 on top. This is an independent card. It is a wealth card. You can see security and abundance. Again, the changes that are happening, getting you to that 4, that 9 of Crystals. Oh, they're asking me to turn this card here. That's right. We're supposed to turn it. But for some reason, maybe we just needed that kind of conclusion or that bump up, knowing that, yeah, your hard work is paying off, like your dedication to whatever this is, even though it may have been taxing, thank you, at times, that it's worth it, because a 9 of Crystals is where we realize that we have more than what we need. You've got a spider here that is very, it has a lot of potential. They're saying it has a lot of potential and it has the expertise to create something or build a web, and it's been doing it for a while and it's very good at it, right? It's almost like an innate ability. And so if you've been, again, butting heads in some area of your life with yourself or others, this tells me that you have enough experience and you've been working on something and it's working. Let's just see what this is, because they're right. I was meant to turn this over. It's an affirmation for you. Presence, 30. I am at peace in the present moment. So this is what we're going for. It's sort of, you are the light. You are the eternal light. The gratitude energy is for the present moment, for your present self, for your present being, for the circumstances or the situation. I was trying to put those words together. In its presence right now. I mean, everything is always going to be changing. You have changed. You've been working on something, clearly, and it's now going to shine out into the world, it feels. And I think it may affect other people, or again, your perspective or your perception of a person, a relationship, a situation is shifting in the moment. Let's see what else we have, though. Okay, here it is, the Shadow. This is the Devil card in this deck. Self-empowerment and ambition. And I just want to see the third. And the Star card, wow. All very beautiful cards. Peace and healing. All right. So what I am seeing with this foundational energy here, we're working towards looking at how it is we can be in the highest expression of thankfulness, gratitude. For you guys, whatever has been bothering you, whatever you've been working to free yourself from with this shadow energy or the devil energy, that's about old cyclical patterns, things that have been holding you back or imprisoning you or creating this friction and this bumping up against itself. Realizing that, you could be in a different situation like that and seeing yourself and your story in other people. This is about non-judgment. I feel very much that this is about non-judgment. So if your judgment about something has been keeping you stuck or been making you feel like you can't get over it, you can't get past it, it keeps nagging at you, keeps pulling you back into this state where you don't feel, let's say, present, you don't feel empowered, you don't feel abundant, and you're dedicating yourself to doing your best to move past that. What I want to tell you here with this foundational line is you're doing a great job. You want to keep expanding the dream here with the Star card to create that peaceful sense of self. And this Nine of Crystals, the work, because you're supposed to free yourself. In other words, if there have been ideological constraints that you have going on, places where you're putting yourself in boxes, allowing other people to put you in a certain kind of box or tell you you've got to think a certain kind of way or be a certain kind of way, having compassion for those people as well is going to be really important. This is about seeing yourself as a light and seeing the light in others and being able to be present in that space without making judgments that get you back into a negative loop. So the gratitude is the perspective and the presence that you have the ability to tap into, understanding that you're the one who gets you out of this. It feels like you're already working on it. The Star card is a card of faith and hope, and you can see the swan moving diligently forward. This feels like a lot of work is going on towards a dream or towards a liberation for you. And it's working, is what I want to say, Group 1. It is working. Your light is meant to be shining even brighter, you see? You're like levitating energy. And the things that might have held you back or have been holding you down, they feel to be transitioning. That is something in and of itself to be thankful for. Like, I am going to see the fruits of my labor. I am able to bring things into an abundant space. It is going to provide me with the security that I'm looking for. I can feel secure in myself. You see, the Devil card is not actually a bad card. The Shadow is what she calls it in this deck. And it's a card of self-empowerment, which is why I love that they put that here. Because we're the ones, when we get this kind of energy, that are getting stuck in the darkness, in the shadow, and letting it run us. But the truth is, you have the choice to be able to move out of that and into the light at any time. And you are the light in this group, appearing as all. So your story or what you have been through may be very inspiring to others, okay? You may have been helping people through your dedicated work, and so please be grateful for the ability to do that, is what I would say. And if you have bigger dreams or bigger hopes for yourself, once you feel this real independence from the hard and diligent, dedicated work, because I think, again, with this Eight of Crystals here, progress and dedication, they need you to know that even if it feels slow or you can't quite see it, maybe it's a good time to reflect and be grateful for the path, and that you've had the stamina or you've had the courage or you have had the strength to be able to shine your light even in the places where it was hard and you didn't want to get up or you didn't want to do that or you didn't want to be strong in that moment. The dream is connected to the work, connected to freedom and liberation, and being this light for yourself in this moment, peace in this moment, and for others. I think this group feels like you are going to shine brightly. And if you've been looking for some kind of a payoff or some kind of a indication that you're on the right track or you're doing the right things or it's safe to leave the old habits or the bad narratives or the things that you feel restricted by behind, this is it, right? Be grateful for yourself and your ability to be strong and to move forward, it is going to pay off. It is connected to whatever dream you have for yourself. Let's see what we have as we move up this little pyramid here. More abundance. We're moving from security and abundance with the 9 of crystals into a major arcana card. The Empress. Beauty and abundance, fertility, multiplication of the abundance. I would say there's a gratitude line here that's building, an abundant gratitude line. So multiplication of abundance. This is like thank you in advance energy. And the 5 of acorns, challenge and growth. This is the 5 of wands. Here's that 5 coming in for you. Look at that. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, challenging. It's not always easy when change is happening, but you can see whatever is challenging you is helping you grow. And so this is a big pat on the back for yourself, because I feel like this group has definitely been trekking it. Dedication, trying to be the light, even in the shadow points or even in the darkness, right? So a 5 of wands can go either way. So as you're building to the peak of this, or the absolute highest expression of this energy that we're talking about today and what's coming through for you, you need to know that there is beauty in the challenges, right? There is abundance in the growth. So a 5 of wands, you're going to need to consciously be aware of this energy. Just feels like screaming and being at peace at the same time, right? Like I understand, but sometimes I just got to get it out. 5 of wands energy, or 5 of fire, stirs things up, generally speaking. And again, this is that 5 here, wanting to bring you to this beautiful, loving, peaceful, secure, lit up place in your heart. Whereas what we're talking about, gratitude, that's where it lands always, in your heart center. To get there, you may have things being stirred up. Now, in a low expression, a 5 of acorns will oftentimes show up as this butting heads or this budding energy up against each other, like they were saying in the beginning of your reading. It can be you challenging another, you fighting with other people, you in heavy competition with other people. It's like, who can get there first? You know, it's not the friendly kind of competition that this card can bring in a high expression. It's that kind of competition where you're constantly comparing yourself to others. The narratives around that are definitely massively judgmental and not making you feel good about your journey, or putting someone else down. So you're departing from this energy. I am a light and they are a light. I am me and I am you. And you're departing from that energy and you're getting into a me or them kind of thing. And me or you instead of me and you. So there's a beautiful way to have healthy competition, but with a 5 of acorns and a low expression, we really want to stay away from butting heads or doing things to challenge people just to challenge them, egotistical, fighting kind of energy, winning or losing. I'm not saying that we should all win, because that's not the human experience in general. Right? There are winners and there are losers, and that can breed you to extenuate like this light within you, right? It can illuminate this light, empower you even more when you want to be better than you were yesterday. But that's the thing. If you're comparing yourself to somebody, you got to compare yourself to yourself. Just because someone else won this time, or turned up better numbers, or came out on top here, it doesn't make you any less worthy, right? You can just tune back into yourself and allow yourself to grow at your own pace, is what they're saying. Allow yourself to grow at your own pace. The fact that it's coupled by the Empress here is so lovely, because the Empress sees beauty in everything. The Empress is constantly fertile, always growing something very creative and abundant. She loves, it's like the growth has already happened within you, so there's no need for the low expression of the 5 of wands. In fact, the high expression of this card sees you making these very powerful, illuminated, passionate changes, these creative changes, and working with others to motivate you to change yourself. Not because you want to be better than somebody else, but because you want to be better than you were yesterday, right? And that is the goal of this energy. The challenge is to help you grow, to help you continue to show your own beauty and to become even more abundant in your light. and to connect that with others. So this is joining forces with other people's light in order to help you shine more brighter and to help the collective shine more brighter at the same time. More brightly, right, is how it works. You can't, just because, like, it's the when you have a candle, just because you light somebody else's candle, it doesn't put out your candle, right? You can share that light as much as you want, and it just gets brighter and brighter. That's the vibe of this group. So you want to watch out for, pinning yourself up against somebody else, or just making yourself feel bad because someone else is doing better than you perceive you are. Everybody has their own story. Everyone's growing at their own rate. Everybody is doing, hopefully, the best that they can. If that's what you've been doing, and I think it is, you've clearly been dedicated to this group 1, you're doing a wonderful job, and the abundance is going to be multiplied for sure. So allow those challenges to come in, welcome them, and know that this can provide you with even more strength, even more courage, even more growth, even more abundance. It feels like loving yourself through things, knowing, not questioning anymore, but knowing you will get through whatever it is that you're facing, and you're gonna shine more brightly because of it, and that's going to help other people shine even more brightly. This is the good kind of light that we're looking for. When Spirit says, like, all those sayings, the world needs your light, that kind of thing. The light within me is the light within you. That's what this energy is for you guys, group number 1. So that's what we're being grateful for. Think about all the people that you've helped, or you could just say like a sentence, and it could change somebody's perspective on their life and make them feel so much more bright, so much more beautiful, so much more abundant, happy, joyful, hopeful. This group has the ability to do that for others, and you need to remember that, okay? Not everybody is naturally inclined in that way. And you guys are, but you have to be present in your being, and you have to realize that, like, you are not separate from other people. There's no need for that kind of judgmental energy to guide you. In fact, it's quite the opposite that's guiding you. Let's see what we have at the top of this. The Chariot. You see, you want to move. The highest expression for you guys in this giving thanks or thankful energy is about the movement forward. Now, the Chariot, she has discipline and determination here, dedication and progress. It feels like the 8 of crystals that we've got on the bottom of that deck kind of coming through and coupling this, so accentuating it in the peak, because the Chariot is a major arcana card, right? We've pulled 6 cards here for you, and 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, more than half are major arcana. So this is a big up-leveling, it feels, and you are going to move forward towards success. I almost want to say whether you like it or not. If you stay on this path, group 1, you have much, much to be grateful for. You already do. You should be grateful for yourself and the ability to be so dedicated. But you can see it continues here in the highest expression. The Chariot is really cool because what the Chariot says is when you can work with your physical being and your incarnation as you are, right? Your physical self, your finite self, and you can work with the divine. So that connection that you have within yourself, that eternal light within, and of course your spirit team, etc., that divine nature that you have, that divine being, that infinite being that you are. And both of those are working for the same intention or towards the same goals with the same motives, right? And everybody's on the same page. That's what you get when you get that kind of combination. It's co-creation at its finest with movement. That's what the Chariot energy is about. I'm going to be disciplined here on the physical plane. I am going to use my determination. I'm going to use my skills. I'm going to use my mastery. I'm going to use the self-empowerment or the liberation that I've been able to feel and gain by being determined in the first place. I'm going to keep myself connected to that dream, and I'm going to multiply my abundance and keep moving forward in that direction. So your highest expression of thankfulness is, I know where I'm going. I am connected. Both my eternal light and my physical light are one. And I'm able to move forward in every moment, have presence towards my goal, towards my dream, towards bringing my light into the world. This group is definitely a bright, bright light. Yeah, it's like multiplication of abundance into more movement forward towards success. Again, just it's a rhino, you know? And so you just I just feel like you don't want to overwork yourself, let's say in this group. You definitely don't want to project on people, right? It just feels like non-judgment, acceptance, gratitude, giving thanks for your movement and who you are and your light, and trying to lift people up as opposed to be in competition with them in a negative or egoic way. Everything can be a win-win, even with a winner and a loser. You know, on the physical plane, sometimes the loser is the winner on the divine plane. Sometimes the failure is actually the growth, right? That's actually the win. Sometimes when you don't get first place or you're in dead last, that's how you grow. That's how you get lit up to keep motivated and keep moving and stay connected, and where you surrender and you ask for a sign and you get it, and that gets you moving right in the right direction. So yeah, not seeing things as so physical when it comes to the challenges, but reconnecting to your divine self, knowing, no, I'm multiplying abundance everywhere I go. And even in the face of a challenge, I am grateful. Thank you very much for this. I wonder what I'm going to learn. I wonder how I'm going to grow. I'm wondering how this is going to motivate me even more to be more determined and more connected to the divine, to co-create and share my light. This is movement towards success at your peak. So, like I said, kind of whether you like it or not. I mean, you would have to completely like deny your light altogether if you know, to stop this kind of abundant multiplication movement. You've just been so determined and working on it that, yeah, that's what happens, right? When you do the work on the physical plane and you're connected on the divine plane, you get this kind of energy. So well done. Let's see what else we have for you. Take a break. Yeah, they were just, so that's what they were warning against, right? A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So perhaps you need this message for right now, right? As you're watching this, take a break. A life's work, not a season. This is the marathon, right? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. I love this energy for you guys. It's a good reminder because you seem like a very motivated being in general. You're probably very driven, determined, etc. That's what this feels like. And if you have been needing to kind of like look into the shadow lately, look at where you're judging or projecting, look at reconnecting from a divine space to people in your life or situations or projects or whatever you're working on, that your mind wants to really put in a box, or people may be coming at you and trying to put you in a box, you know, and you've been trying to stay as present and peaceful as possible and doing your best to make the shifts or changes and stay in your heart center. If you've been doing a lot of work and you've been very determined, which I think you have been, that's not going to stop. But I feel like there's a imbalance that they're kind of highlighting that you need to pay attention to, right? So you can be grateful for the break as well. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's what they keep saying. So it's a good reminder, especially if you are very determined, which I feel you guys are in this group, and disciplined. I got to get all these things done or I'm not going to feel okay. Sometimes you need to get a break in, take a break, realize where your equilibrium's going off. And maybe that's part of this shadow. It's part of the devil energy. Like, no, I just got to da-da-da-da. Well, giving yourself time to rest and take those breaks is going to be important, and it helps you to stay connected to that light within and stay present. Let's see what we have here. You're getting the gratitude card. So definite gratitude for the breaks and remembering to get off the treadmill. This group is not supposed to be on a treadmill. It feels like, I'm not going to go, well, what I want to say is nonconformity. That's what I want to say, but I'm not saying that you are not going to conform to anything. It just feels like you have a unique light, right? And a unique sense of yourself or a unique determination. And sometimes that can get the better of us in our physical being. Like our mind can take over our physical journey and we never take a break for our soul. So they're telling you here, be grateful for the breaks as well because they're needed. I pause for a moment of gratitude for the many blessings in my life. I love that we're doing a gratitude reading and you're getting the gratitude card. Look at that. Presence and gratitude. I keep just wanting to congratulate you or say well done. I think sometimes we wonder, right? Like, is all of this worth it? Is my hard work paying off? Am I moving in the right direction? The answer in this group is yes. There are still more changes, but there's always changes. So you're looking at them from a different perspective, a grateful perspective. And if you have a lull, right? Be grateful for that too. Swim in the waters. Yeah, like swim in the waters of delight. That's delight. Delight. Swim in the waters of delight. It's like, it feels like giving yourself a nice emotional break. This group may have the tendency to like you guys might fill up your schedule. Like if there's nothing on your schedule for a day, you're like, oh, well, what are we going to do here? We got to fill it up. Can't just have any downtime. So they're saying, start being really grateful for these breaks, because it's like where the magic happens. Delight in the breaks as well as the work, because you got the work on lock. Like you figured that out and that's going to keep going. Let's get a couple more messages for you now. Perform a random act of kindness. And the star says, surprise. We've got the star here. Interesting. That's like literally sharing your light, gifting your light. Yeah, you guys make a really positive difference in the world in this group. Trust your intuition. She's always right. So if when we pulled this card and I said that, you thought of someone or you thought of a specific gift, or you've been having that already on your mind intuitively, you're like, I should give that person a call, or I really wanted to send this, or I've been thinking about doing this for this person, this group, or whatever it is. If something pops into your head around this, performing a random act of kindness, if you're in the drive-through line, if you are going through the tolls, whatever it is, and you want to pay for the person in back of you and it comes through an intuitive nudge, trust your intuition. She's always right. I feel this is directly connected. However it is that you're meant to be sharing your light, it may come kind of out of nowhere randomly. Trust it, they're saying. It's part of this expansion energy that you guys have. Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, the message that has been constant through your reading is one of pride, like very proud of you, very proud of how you're showing up in the world. Stay connected, because your intuition, they're telling you you're that light. It's a balance between the determination on the physical plane and the listening and the co-creation on the divine plane for you guys. Yeah. Okay, final messages. Lavender, take time to cleanse and remove negativity. So another reminder to take a break. Also, at the beginning, we really felt the butting heads energy. So I'm just feeling like that's connected to that message there for you. You may need to actually take a breather in a moment if you're getting frustrated or you're feeling challenged and you can feel that fiery, angry energy popping up. Don't be afraid to kind of take a moment. You might want to keep a clearing tool around you, carry around some sort of a clearing stone to kind of, connect to in those times. If you're feeling the negative pull or that pushing up against your beautiful light here, where you're starting to get like, what I want to say is nasty or judgmental, that lavender will help. Or you may want to even use lavender, right? Like if you have a lavender spray, or like I like a lavender lotion, something like that. We also have cherry blossom. Return quietly now and be at peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace in every layer of this reading for you. Again, if you were wondering if you're moving in the right direction, I would say most certainly the answer for you guys is yes. And keep at it. Keep going. Keep up the good work, right? Return quietly now and be at peace. If you don't have a break scheduled, maybe you need some downtime as well. And lastly, the gardenia. Listen to the divine whispers stirring in your heart. You've got someone in spirit or somebody in spirit that's really noticed how dedicated and how amazing the work that you've been doing is. They're very proud of you, and they're wanting you to give yourself a break and to do things just because you want to do them. That's what this is about. It feels like I'm just doing it because I want to. It's not for any occasion. I care about you. I love you. Or if you've been butting heads with someone, how amazing is it to just kind of drop it, like lend your light. Yeah, lend your heart and go, let's go grab lunch on me. That kind of thing, right? It's like, or drop something off on their doorstep or send them a card in the actual mail, right? In the actual mail. It's like listening to your heart center. We're returning to this secure, loving, peaceful place in this group. And I think it's been a lot of go, 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 go. And there's a time and a place for go, go, go. And I think it's an amazing quality to have. However, there's this clear line of like, we need to recenter, return to our heart. We're going to keep moving forward no matter what, but the breaks are important. And being at peace and knowing that and staying connected to your divinity so that you don't feel like it's so far. Like when we get derailed, it can be like we're so far away from peace. To get back there is going to take a while. They kind of want you to be in this state where that's always just right next to you. You don't have to travel that far to move from determination and that physical pull and this movement towards success and the work that you're doing and staying disciplined in things and that growth energy, that movement, the work, to the peaceful divine light within you, listening within. So if you have to make some changes in your schedule or make some changes in the way that you do things so that everything is more heart-centered and that it considers you as well, that I think is what the high expression for you guys in this gratitude energy is going to be. Being grateful for that innate quality that you have to be determined, to be ambitious, to be motivated, while also the need for the space between, taking time to cleanse and remove negativity, returning quietly to peace within yourself and listening to those divine whispers that are stirring in your heart. She's always right, your intuition. Make sure that you listen to her. I hope that this serves you, group number 1. It was my pleasure to read for you. And I hope you have a very grateful Thanksgiving holiday if you're celebrating. And I'll see you in the next one. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be getting messages for you to help you connect to the highest expression of appreciation, giving thanks and gratitude. If you're listening to this, you've chosen this honoring adversity card. And Spirit was saying, you see how it's a blossom within a blossom, Jodie? It's a blossom within a blossom. That's what they're saying. So it does look like that. A lotus almost blossoming within another lotus. So there's this sense of very high connection, being able to honor what it is that you've been through, what it is that you've gone through, what it is you've been growing in your life, what is abundant, what is blossoming or blooming. And the energy of a lotus, right, is always through challenge, right? Adversity, we grow because it grows in the mud. So it's got to make its way and then bloom, make its way through the mud and then bloom. And maybe you've been feeling like a lotus right now, Let's see what we have on the back here for your mantra. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. Wow. They're bringing in that fire energy. It's like fire is about passion, your true spirit, inspiration, energy. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. It's like Phoenix rising for sure. Let's see what your roll is. Wow. Okay, double 4s. So 4s are important. Well, this is just yummy energy already. Okay, double 4s. Fours are your heart center, your heart chakra, of course. Green energy. So something is sparking up into your heart and expanding. Fours, especially like repeating fours, which you definitely want to look out for in this group two, is security, abundance, angelic support, protection, stability. It's the sense of feeling grounded again. Obviously, this new path sees you much more in your heart center, much more secure. And an 8 energy is manifestation, knowing yourself really well. It also is about infinity, reciprocity, something moving in that infinite continuum, which we'll definitely be asking about. I'm just setting up the back of your reading here. I love that it's an 8. You got 4 double 4s for an 8. Wow, this group. Certainly Phoenix rising energy, and most certainly knowing that you are going to be free based on what it is that you've been through. Whatever you've experienced that's been difficult, challenging, frustrating, what have you, that mud, right? You are the lotus and you will become the phoenix. It's very, not only are you growing out of the mud, but then you're leaving all of it behind and flying. I feel like it's like gratitude for the challenges that you've been through. Okay, let's set your tarot and we'll get some more information. We are going to see what this affirmation has to say connected to that beautiful fire. Something has to end. When a fire is burning like that, it's like the adversity, you honor it, and then you say goodbye and thank you, right? It's like a burning exercise. In this group, you may want to do a burning exercise for the Thanksgiving holiday if you're celebrating, or just connected to gratitude and honoring. Okay, I'm gonna look at the bottom first. The Chariot on the bottom. This is movement towards success. It says discipline and determination. You've got this. Things are moving forward for you guys. Wow, this is great. A new path is assured. Let's see what we have for your affirmation on this side. Self-love. I speak to myself with words of kindness. I am deserving of love. So for some of you, this may be connected to a really hard time where you had some sort of sense about a failure that you've been through, or mistake, or a difficult relationship, someone that hurt your heart, someone that had your heart in their hands and they're sort of giving it back to you, but you're in charge of your heart is basically what they're saying here. You're in charge of loving yourself to the umpteenth degree. And the fact that we're getting the heart chakra and you're holding your heart in your hands in this depiction, not only is the communication around being grateful for you, but what you've been through as well, and that you will rise above it and prevail. With the Chariot indicator, you're moving on, you're moving forward. This is like a break to love yourself and realize this is renewal. Heart chakra is super important for this group. Okay, guys, heart chakra, which is where the gratitude and appreciation energy is. But I'm just saying, self-love and double 4s. If you're healing from something as well, you may want to call in Archangel Raphael, because, you know, he vibrates with that emerald green. He is the healing angel. And you have double 4s. I mean, massive support from the divine realm. Okay, let's see what your foundational energy looks like now. Oh my God, with this, you've got the Lover's card. In this deck, she calls it the Love card. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, let's see the whole line and then. Ace of Acorns, Ace of Fire. The fire reveals a renewed direction. Yes, it does. Creative force and confidence, choice and trust. Sorry, I didn't read that because I love Spirit. Self-love and the Love card coming out. This is like you are attracting to you. You're already in that attraction mode. some of you may have already felt the spark of this new path with an Ace of Fire and the Devil, the shadow card, self-empowerment and ambition. We're still grappling a little bit, but that's okay. That's totally human. It's very good energy. Wow. Well, for some of you, this may be around a relationship. I'm just going to say it again because we are getting the Lover's card, and it's depicted with two, not one, wolves. You know, there's this sense of either a renewed energy and a renewed confidence on the back of, like, departing from a relationship, or, you know, getting your heart handed back to you is how Spirit's saying it with this. But it doesn't necessarily mean a breakup. It could be that you are getting a renewal in your relationship where things were really hard and you guys faced adversity. And that could be any kind of relationship. It could be a familial relationship where there was some healing that needed to be done, or it could be a friendship. If you're working with somebody and you've been like having a hard time, or it's been really difficult to turn things out and move things forward, you've got that Chariot, remember, on the bottom of the deck. So that's, you're working together with Spirit to move towards success. So there is beautiful movement happening, but I feel like there is a reconnection for this group to the heart center big time. We can't ignore it, right? Double 4 is a self-love and the Lover's card. But it says love on it, just a couple more letters, and nope, they're not there. This is about the choices that you have made, trusting your own heart again, realizing your spirit and your power. And with the shadow card, or the Devil, I love this card because she puts self-empowerment and ambition on it, ambition. And so the Devil card is a card of, you know, our restrictions, our shadow pieces, the darkness, those things that keep us stuck and hold us back, and those cycles that we're in that we know are not good for us, but we just keep doing it, or we just keep going back. If this is a breakup, this tells me that you are ready to move on from it, and you're not interested anymore in going back to it. You're choosing your own heart now. You're choosing what you truly desire and what you truly deserve. I am deserving of love, right? You're not going to be settling for less with this kind of foundational energy. So be grateful for your own heart, your own true spirit, and you being, well, determined enough, disciplined and determined enough to move forward, right? If this is about a relationship that is you're not leaving, this is a new start to that relationship. There's a liberation that's happening for sure. A creative liberation, perhaps, once the burning is complete, based on choices to love your own self, to put your own like heart-centered, heart's desired needs first, to trust in you, trust in your heart. This is a card of the law of attraction, right? So you're attracting in what you truly desire already. It's in the foundational energy, and it's creating this beautiful spark. This is the fire that this card is talking about. So even if it's been difficult and challenging dealing with, you know, the cycles or the habits or the patterns, the limiting beliefs, the whatever it is for you, I speak to myself with words of kindness. Right? You may have been speaking to yourself really not great, holding yourself back in your head. This is the time where you can go, nope, I am moving on. I'm choosing with confidence to empower myself. Choosing with confidence to empower myself. I know I deserve love, and I'm attracting that now. I'm taking my heart back into my own hands. Again, doesn't matter if this is a work thing. It could be someone that's been pulling you back into some sort of ideas that they have and things, and like putting out your light, putting out your fire. And you're like, I know that if we went with this beautiful idea that I have, that it would go, or it would work, or I feel like it would bring this to life. And I don't think you're going to be standing for that energy. It's like you're going to be heard, and you're going to be encouraging yourself to be heard. And that's going to be happening from a loving place, because not only do you appreciate your own self and love yourself and have gratitude for your unique being, but it's kind of time for it. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like this is the time where, again, they're showing me the infinity symbol again. They don't always do that, but you've got the 8 here, and I just feel like it's reciprocal energy is meant to be coming back to you now. So you might get a new shot just by sharing your creative energy, or You might have a wonderful idea to shift the way a certain relationship is going in your life. And you stand up for yourself and you do it from a place of love. And it really does liberate you and make you feel better. And it aids in the relationship. Things seem to be attracted to you in a different way just from this foundational energy. So yeah, there's a new path of renewal for sure. It's showing in the foundational energy. Whatever adversity you've been experiencing, it's important for you to honor that. That is the card you have chosen because it honors yourself, your beautiful, unique self. Let's see where we go here. We're moving to high expression. Wow, another ace. Another ace. Ace of Crystals, Ace of Pentacles. Manifestation and prosperity. Remember, eights are around manifestation. This is about an offer, something coming and being attracted to you. And it's because you're honoring you. Wow. The Two of Shells, union and harmony. Whoa. This is definitely about a relationship for some of you. With this Two of Shells sitting here, for those of you that are feeling the need to break free fully from a relationship, you will have an opportunity to meet somebody new, right? That's what this Two of Shells is. It's two hearts in reciprocity, that infinity symbol. No wonder they keep showing that to me, right? Because that's what this is. So, and if this is about a renewal of a relationship, a renewed direction in your relationship, whatever that is, for most of you, this is going to be about a relationship. Somebody that you love, somebody you care about, somebody you enjoy working with, someone you had a close relationship with, something like that, okay? Because the Lovers and the Two of Shells, too many aces, that's the renewal. We're breaking free of something that is old and having this beautiful rejuvenation going on where there is reciprocity, hearts coming together, and a new path. The Ace of Pentacles is an Ace of Earth. We always know there is a new path. This is like a new spark in your spirit, new passion, new inspiration, creative force and confidence leading you forward into the manifestation of that on the physical plane, literally. So this could be a new work offer that comes because you follow your heart. You're working with someone you love. Oh my God, I never thought I'd be able to work with this person, but I cared about myself enough to know that I deserve to do what I love. And I attracted that right in with that offer. This could be you have the courage and the confidence to release yourself from something that's no longer serving you, and a new person comes into your life. You know, you go on a date here and you're like, whoa, I didn't know people like you, existed. This is really nice to meet you. I feel like I'm connected to you. If you're renewing a relationship that you're in, there's this new spark, this new passion. You're inspired to do new things, to take new opportunities to connect, right? And come into union with each other and come into harmony. It's literally happening here. So I would say be grateful in advance for the opportunities that are going to be presented to you to have this loving reciprocity enter your life, especially in your relationships. You love yourself, you attract more love. That's what's going on in you, in this group number 2. And by the way, you're group number 2. So there's clearly like partnership energy all over your reading. Yeah, it's renewal and partnership and infinity energy. Something being returned to you because it's coming from your heart. It's being given back to your heart center. It's like true love, kind of. Yeah, it feels sort of like true love. And that could come in many forms. Many forms. Getting up for an opportunity that you've been given and every day feels better because you're doing what you love, right? Planning something or doing something on a regular basis that continues to keep you connected to those that you love in a new and fresh way where you don't feel like it's the same old, or I'm stuck in some sort of prison or a cycle that I don't like anymore. Instead, it's this beautiful union energy, this coming together. It's definitely a new path. This is lovely. I feel like in this group, be grateful to be like refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated. Your heart is like singing. That is the feeling. Let's see where this is leading. Ooh, interesting. Interesting card to put here. The 5 of Acorns. This is the 5 of Fire. and challenge and growth. 5 of Wands. This is a change of spirit in a high expression. I'm just listening. You can see this. It's like a leopard or something roaring or screaming, perhaps frustrated. I'm just listening because I want clarification, and I'm asking if they'll allow. This is a card, I'll just explain. This is a card in a low expression that sees you really challenged, butting heads with people, fighting against people, being in competition with people, comparing yourself to other people. And so if this is a relationship we're talking about, here, things will start to stir up in this, challenging energy. It's all fire, right? So like anger and things like that. We don't want to be in the low expression of this kind of card with all of this beautiful, lovely, empowering renewal energy. We want the 5 of Acorns, the 5 of Fire, to renew you. This is the renewal. This is the change, right? That's happening. This is everybody working together for the growth energy, so that everyone can shine. That's the feeling. This is like a setup card. So Spirit's setting you up to be victorious. So when you get to this energy, when you feel that union coming together, you feel that spark is happening and you're working on the path, you've got to realize that the light within you, or that fire within you, is meant to work with the other people in your life or the relationship, to fire them up as well. You don't want to be throwing your fire at each other. You want to be growing that fire together. Okay, so something is changing the spirit of the relationship or the energy here. I would say be grateful for this reconnection and grateful for this opportunity to work together, even if it feels like it's a challenge, right? Because she has challenge and growth here. That's how the relationship or relationships are going to grow. That's how the creative spark is going to be brought to life and be able to be put in the spotlight, right? Or how it's going to be shown, how it's going to work. If it's a project, you're going to have to work with others to bring it to life. If it's a romantic relationship, you may need to compromise, and some of that may be a challenge. That's, what relationships are. If it's a friendship, you might have to chat with each other and communicate in a different way. Whatever it is, because they're saying I don't need to clarify that. They want you in the high expression and to be, it's like being grateful for the collaborative energy that helps everybody shine more brightly as a result of this new, fresh renewal or awakening energy, and the freedom of I'm standing up and I'm loving myself. And what that does is it allows you to share differently. Yeah, it allows you to share of yourself from a really authentic place. And so your heart's going, this is the choice I'm making for me. This feels really aligned. I trust my heart. I trust it. And I'm not going to be stuck in old cycles, old narratives. I'm not going to be held back anymore. I'm not going to be sitting in the shadows anymore, right? Instead, I'm going to allow myself to be seen or shown. I'm going to make choices around that energy. And this offers you reconnection energy. It offers you beautiful unions, right? You start attracting those into your life, and then life is life. So there will be challenges, yes, but the goal of a 5 of Wands is to create this beautiful, inspired change in your life. And that's what we're going for. So the gratitude is around the change that this renewed path is going to bring, or renewed direction that you're going in. Once the burning is complete. It's like once the challenge is complete, or you've compromised, or you've realized, you know what, you're good at this and I'm good at this. So let's not both try to do this because I'm good at this. You're not good at that, or because you're good at that and I'm not good at that. So you know what, I'm gonna not do that. How can I help you? And then there's this reciprocity that starts happening. Well, how can I help you with your thing? And now you realize, oh, this was a huge challenge, but we went through it together and we helped each other. And now we're moving in a renewed direction with more realization around your own individual selves and what you can bring to the table, right? What your heart's desire is, or what you're choosing, or who you are. And what that other person or people or this situation is bringing to the table to help you grow, right? Either as a group or as a couple or as an individual. Yeah, as an individual. Once this burning is complete, once you make it through the challenge and you realize, hey, we're not too bad of a team here. Or like, wow, I was able to do that. I stood up for myself. I didn't go back here. And I feel really good about that. I feel like we understand each other now, right? This is definitely a new beginning. Yes, it is. So be grateful for this renewed beginning before it even comes. Expect that there will be challenges, but sit in your heart. Make sure that you're loving yourself enough. Yeah, this is a 32-5. This is this here. In the face of challenge, you give yourself more love. You speak to yourself with kindness. You don't go, oh no, I'm sorry. You don't do that. You're not going to make yourself small or cower. Instead, you're not going to be fiery and combative. Instead, you're standing your ground and going like, well, I have something to share. I think that I would be good here. I think that's a great idea that you have as well. It's really collaborative for positive, inspired change. Okay, let's see what else we have. Because remember, movement, forward, towards success, for sure. Let's see what we have here. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Reconnecting to, look what's lit up here. Again, with this heart-centered energy. I love this for you guys. I am grateful for my heart's desire. I am grateful for the language of my heart. I am thankful and giving thanks for my beautiful heart center and my unique, loving energy. Sisterhood of the Rose, that makes sense, right? We have a lot of collaborative energy going on. This also talks about being connected to, like what's guiding you. The mystics, the teachers that guide you, your own intuition, the people that you're meant to collaborate with that get you. Perhaps you're teaching them and they're teaching you. You know, of course, always the student becomes the teacher and the teacher becomes the student. Look around for these connections in your life as you're moving forward. Call them in and be grateful for them ahead of time, because clearly you're meant to be collaborating. There's so much union in your spread. And it comes from this heart-centered connection, like, whoa, you really get me. We can compromise, and now we're in an understanding energy. We're giving to each other. It's a devotion to your own heart center and devotion to those that get you, for lack of a better way to say it. Let's see what we have here. Surrender, and it's an 8. Wow. 35-8. I surrender to the flow of the universe. Self-love and surrender. Thank you in advance. Yeah. So you can use these. I speak to myself with words of kindness. I am deserving of love, and I surrender to the flow of the universe. Once you make it known, this energy, I know I've been through a lot, but I surrender now. I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm not going to fight the challenges. I'm not going to fight the adversity anymore. I'm going to tune into my own heart center and honor what I've been through, because I know that it sends me in a renewed direction. I surrender over. Let's get some more messages for you. Okay. Align your intentions with your actions. Interesting. So it's what they're kind of saying is, yeah, if it's absolutely amazing to set intentions, which I think that you're going to be very good at doing in this group. So yeah, I think you'll be very good at setting intentions, but you have to actually make choices and then do, right? You have to actually do things too. If you're thinking in your head, I know how to solve that. I know what the answer to that is. I could be helpful here. Or, wow, I really want to work with that person, But you don't have this energy, this Ace of Acorns, this spark, this confidence to say, you know what, I have something to say about that, or I'll take that on, or wow, it's really nice to meet you. I saw you from across the way, or whatever it may be, okay? If you don't have the ability to take action based on this energy, we may just kind of be sitting there, which I guess is fine, but this card makes me feel like they want you to understand that if you're acting outside of what your intention is, you're going to give skewed messages to your spirit team and to spirit. And that can, in and of itself, create confusion and like challenge in your life. And we're not looking to do that. We want to notice where the connections are, where the reciprocity is, where that infinite flow of energy is, and surrender to that, right? Where is it connected to my heart center? I'm looking for the flow. And so if you say, this is what I really want, but then you go and do something that is completely opposite of that or is not aligned with that intention, there's confusion that will come. So we're looking to avoid that. What is your motive for doing this? Why do you want to do it? What is your intention? And then act from that intention. Be as intentional as possible. Yes. Show off your sparkle and shine from the inside. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that sparkle there. It's like the insight or the ideas that you have, I feel like you guys are on it. It feels like in this group, you guys have this, it's like you haven't trusted yourself or something. You didn't trust your light. You didn't trust your heart. And now this is a renewed path where it's kind of your time to shine. Show off your sparkle and shine from the inside and align your intentions with your actions. You know you can do it. You know you have it in you. It's going to attract some amazing people into your life, people that see you, that understand you, and maybe some people that don't, but whatever, that's all part of life. That's okay. Not everybody's supposed to like you or get you. Your light may not connect to every person's light here on the physical plane. You have this beautiful connection as a divine being to everyone, but we're in bodies, with minds and judgments and et cetera, et cetera. So don't worry about that, right? Connect to your own heart and know what it is that you want. Remember who you are, and everything that you have been through has brought you to this point so that you can show off that light of yours and act accordingly in alignment with that light. And I feel like you become very attractive is what this feels like. You become very attractive in doing that. When you surrender to your own light and your own heart, it's like all of a sudden things start, the frequency of that tunes into that frequency in the external, and they're able to bring in the manifestation of it like a magnet. Okay, let's get final messages for you. Group 2. Gladioli. Set boundaries well to ensure good growth. Here's the growth energy in the peak. Grateful for the growth. And here's where we need to set the boundaries. So it's, again, connected to some sort of relationship or connection or union. They're telling you, remember, we need boundaries. We don't want to be falling back into old negative cycles that keep us in the shadows. We want to emerge into the light and feel confident being there. So make sure that you have your boundaries set. Violet, the answers and truths are always within. I agree. Sometimes it takes a minute to get clear on them, but that's where you're always going to find them, especially your intentions in your heart, love. And finally, the tulip. You are worth what it is you desire. Oh, I'm so happy to see this card for you. Final message, group 2. This is it, right? You are worth what you desire. We're going to move forward with confidence. Be grateful for that desire, for your beautiful heart, for your heart's desire. You are worth what it is your heart desires, is what I want to say with that final message, because it feels very true and you feel primed for it. It's time for you to move forward and to welcome in a renewed direction or a renewed path. You've been through a lot, and now we have all of this beautiful heart-centered energy helping you to be ambitious, to trust yourself, to move forward, and to shine your light. to experience this change of spirit that comes, being devoted to it for yourself and in collaboration with others. So I hope that this serves you, group 2, as you move forward. It was my pleasure to read for you, and I hope you have a very grateful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. We are going to be getting messages connected to giving thanks and gratitude in its highest expression for you. And you have chosen card number 3, group number 3, Rewiring the Nervous System. And I did not say this in the open, but I find the depiction of this pyramid very interesting, given the fact that this is exactly how the tarot will be set up in this pull. So if you've been called to this card and this group, you may find that there is some beautiful stacking and movement to a peak of energy to help you feel like you're resetting, in this case, rewiring your nervous system. If you've been going through something that has just put you way out of whack, or your nervous system has been overloaded, or it's been overridden, this is very interesting that the depiction of it is exactly the tarot cards. So let's see what we have for your mantra first. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Interesting. Okay, so right away they're saying it's obvious, right? This is about things that you have been through that have been traumatic for you. And everybody has trauma. That's a pretty normal human experience to have trauma. It's just different for everyone, right? Everyone's trauma is as important to them as yours is to you. So we're not comparing traumas. We're finding strength in the fact that you're still here. A 4 and a 3. 7. You're still here. This feels like creative stability, moving through your heart center to start to shift or change. Maybe there's some collaboration that will be coming in. We'll see what pops up in your reading. But whatever it is that you have been through thus far on the human journey, Spirit is wanting to come in to help you understand how to be a bit more grateful for those experiences, even though they're difficult. And again, they're making a very clear point that we don't compare traumas. That's what they're saying. We don't compare traumas. It's like they're being stern, so I'm saying it again, hoping that they'll stop saying it in my head. Oof. That's an extra card, I think. Maybe this message goes along with what they're sternly keep reiterating. We're just setting up the back of your reading. Oh, it goes with the, okay, it goes with the bottom. So I'm just going to stick this here. This is like a pop-out message. Not sure exactly what it is yet, group 3, but we shall see, I suppose. Let me just shuffle up this deck as well. They're also saying we don't want them to build on themselves. So if your nervous system needs some calming, it needs some resetting, then that is the goal, to be grateful that you have the ability to do that. I'm asking for guidance and insight on how you could do that. Okay, let's set the tarot. What they're saying is, once the tarot is set, that this card goes with the bottom of your deck. So I'm gonna see what that is. And again, we're looking for highest expression of thankfulness. So, Page of Crystals, ideas and discipline. Okay, yeah, connected to your mind. But crystals is the earth element. Being able to move forward past your trauma, being able to start a new chapter, being able to use them resourcefully with that fox. Let's see. Acceptance. Oh, look at that. Today I acknowledge, allow, and accept every emotion. Interesting. They're saying that these two go together. So the acceptance around the fact that you know things are going to move forward anyway. That's important. Pages are new chapters. They bring news and they invite new chapters into our lives, right? So the crystal's energy or the pentacle's energy is like being open to new ways to move forward, being curious about how you can move forward in acceptance. So they're telling us in order to be able to move forward past your traumas, it doesn't mean they didn't happen, right? It just means that if we want to find the strength in it, we have to actually accept them, allow and acknowledge every emotion that comes up around accepting the trauma. And that will allow for new ideas and to align with the discipline to be able to be using the tools that we have from what we've gained from that difficult or traumatic experience or situation to help us. That's the key with a fox. Foxes are like super resourceful. So they use what they have in order to be able to have the best outcome, is how they want me to say it, to have the best outcome. So it's not just about surviving, it's about acceptance and moving forward with new ideas and curiosity and how it is that you can creatively take the following steps or move into the future, essentially. So there is a bit of acceptance that is needed here. Okay, I'm going to flip this so that we can get into your reading, but I'm going to set this on the side so that I don't forget the reference. Let's see what we have here. Abundance, 1. It's like 1 and 2. I am abundant. Endless abundance flows through me. Yes. Okay. It feels like a new fresh start, right? Because it's card number 1 and we're getting card number 2 in the pop out. Abundance and acceptance. If there is something that is not allowing you to feel things, or if you are experiencing, your trauma, what has happened prior, and it doesn't feel like it's making you stronger, it feels like you're just getting through and you haven't accepted the service of others or help or something like that, this is a reminder that abundance is all around you, that there is much to choose from, is how they're saying it. Much to choose from. Okay, let's see what we have as the foundation of the pyramid. Remember, we're building this now. 5 of crystals, persistence and new possibilities with the ladybug. So we're in the suit of pentacles. 2 of crystals, balance and adaptability. Okay, you've been getting there thus far, group 3. That's what that. And the 2 of shells, union and harmony. Decisions is what I would say first and foremost. 5 of crystals. The 5 of Pentacles can be a card where we just feel like we're unlucky, right? So to have the ladybug there, that's nice. Abundance in the ladybug, it's very nice. For a lot of us, you may have already been trying to process your traumas and noticing that maybe your nervous system is a bit off. I just want to remind us, rewiring the nervous system. So you might already be working on that and have been working on it. You're doing a great job if that's the case. Amazing. If you need to employ creative measures or make changes that feel kind of like out of the norm, they're saying that that's absolutely fine. You have much to choose from for resources. Remember, you're being very resourceful in this new chapter where we're looking for the strength, we're looking for the movement forward, and that's the way we're looking to make decisions. For some of you, the trauma will be connected to a relationship because we're getting the 2 of Cups or the 2 of Shells, 2 of Hearts, union and harmony. But I feel that mostly what this energy says is you've been doing your best to make the changes and to, they're saying rely on new possibilities, but it just feels like be open to the idea that there are other possibilities or new possibilities that can help shift my situation, shift this energy for me. And as you accept it, right, 2, 2, 2. 2s are around connections, partnerships, and decisions and moving forward. So lots of 2s, and you are group 3. I don't know what that means. Maybe you're supposed to watch group 2 too. I don't know. That doesn't necessarily feel aligned. I think the main message is that the decisions that you're making right now, you're doing your absolute best to honor yourself, to honor the situation, to Stay in balance. You can see new possibilities and persistence connected to balance and adaptability to move forward in a way that is not in an extreme. It's like you've had enough of an extreme. It's sent your nervous system out of whack, and now being grateful around the many methods and resources that you have at your disposal, the abundance of them, endless abundance flows through you. To me, it feels like you can pick different kinds of modalities or methods to help you find strength on the other side or in this new chapter. As you're accepting what you've gone through, we're not gonna, it's like fall prey. They're saying you're not gonna fall prey to these narratives of like lack or restriction, like, comparing traumas, as they were saying in the beginning, or that this is who you are now, right? Like this defines you. Instead, you're like, no, I'm aligning with luck and possibilities, and I am persistent in that notion. A 5 of crystals or a 5 of pentacles in a high expression tells me that you understand that it's your responsibility to make the changes that you need to make the choices, the balanced choices that you need to make, to choose who it is that you come into union with or who you exchange energy with in order to be able to not just survive the traumas, but to thrive in acceptance in a new chapter. We're not going to be forgetting this Page of Crystals is there. There's a new beginning where you might not know the landscape great yet, and that's okay. You're learning, you're open, you're inquisitive, and as you're doing that, you're moving forward steadily with this sense of empowerment. This card always feels very empowering to me. In this case, she's depicting it as lucky, right? Where you are in control of the changes that you're making. So if this is around a relationship, if this is around your finances, if this is around your work, if you feel like you have failed or you've been harmed or hurt, you get to decide how to choose to change things. And if you are persistent, and if you believe in endless possibilities or possibilities right around the corner, that you are the key to the change, and you're not in an extreme energy, but you're coming from this space of like, again, I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive. So that's what I'm working towards. Those are the choices that I'm going to make in alignment with that energy. Yes, I have survived, but this is not going to define me. I am going to thrive, and I feel that you are. If you have been avoiding acceptance, this is a biggie, because you can't make choices that well if you're not in acceptance. It's like you're not working with a full deck, you got to be able to accept what is, accept what you've been through. And in this case, like the card says, accept every emotion, allow and acknowledge every emotion. You have to accept what you've been through in order to be able to choose differently. So if you haven't gotten there, that's what I would say to start with. And for some of you, maybe that's why the pop-out message came out, like this is a new chapter. We want you to turn over a new leaf. And in order to do that, you have to move into acceptance first. Then we have this foundational energy. So I don't feel that that's the majority. I think a lot of you have accepted what you've been through. But for those of you that feel like you're still in a bit of denial about it, or you just want to forget that it ever happened and pretend like it didn't happen, like that doesn't work, right? It just stays in your psyche and in your unconscious, it just stays in your energy because it did happen, right? So if that's you, just move into acceptance lovingly, use the resources, get someone who you can talk to or someone who can aid you in it, who can support you, that kind of thing. But the majority energy is you've already been working on it. You're already aware for most of you, and you're making great decisions. Let's see what this leads to. The 7 of Acorns, determination and stamina. 7 of Fire. And the 3 of Shells, playfulness and bliss. This is a lighter time. It's just more experience that's happening here. So determination and stamina. The 7 of Wands is a card of understanding where you're at. You've got the 7 here. It's like, I now have enough experience under my belt to know where I am perhaps being triggered, they're saying. So sometimes this card can come through as like a defensive energy. And if you've been dealing with those kind of emotions, you have like anger and resentment, Keep working at it. Keep doing your best to stay as balanced as possible. Keep using your resources to aid you. Keep being curious about how you can help yourself continue to move forward. Keep accepting what is. Keep feeling, okay? Because this is connected to a very light and joyful emotional energy. So as you start to come into yourself and realize your true power, and the experience that you've had can allow you to be strong and to persevere and to stand up for yourself in a different way. That if you previously, let's say, were constantly reacting or being triggered by something and then reacting in a certain kind of way, you have the power to change that and to not feel like you constantly have to defend yourself, or you constantly need to, strive to be something for someone else, or to do something because you feel that's the only way, or you have to be on the defensive all the time. Instead, you're realizing your strength here. And because this is connected to a 3 of shells or a 3 of cups, it feels like, yeah, they're just saying there's a lift. This is where there's a lift. So again, not just surviving, but learning that, oh yeah, I can thrive in this. This doesn't have to be so heavy, so serious, so difficult all the time like it was. No, I'm making choices in a beautiful balanced state. I'm picking and choosing, and I'm empowering myself and deciding for myself. And this energy lends itself to a lighter energy, because now you're not questioning, do I know what I'm doing? Can I get through this? Am I going to be okay, right? Do I have what I need? Do I have enough resources? Can I take advantage of those? Am I going to ever get past this? Is this always going to trigger me that way? As you work on things, you'll notice that you have a lighter energy coming in, and then there's a lighter approach that's available. So if you've been already doing the work, group 3, well done you. This is stacking up very nicely for you. It feels like you're going to be able to welcome in more joy into your life, either right now if you've been working on it, or very soon. And you're going to know your place, and you're going to know, like, yeah, I can get through this because of what I've already been through. Like, I can get through it. And here's where we see this beautiful rewiring. This is like really choice heavy, decision heavy, responsibility heavy. But coming up from that is where we see, oh, wait, how I used to do it was this way, but now I'm shifting that because I've experienced this enough times to know that if I take a beat for a second and I respond in this way, or sometimes the energy just gets lighter with acceptance, you're able to respond from a more playful place, or from a more joyful place, or from a more blissful place, to quote the card. You're a bit more happy. And so the rewiring is taking place, right? The nervous system is not so spun out. Let's see where this leads. The Queen of Crystals, comfort and prosperity. This is knowing who you are, owning who you are, tapping into your true abundance and your independence. This is free from, right, the trauma. It's like someone choosing how they're going to live with the traumas of the past, not letting the trauma control them, kind of feeling. The Queen of Crystals says comfort and prosperity on it, is about doing the hard work and being determined to do that, as well as taking good care of what is growing and what is thriving. So talk about thriving. This is a beautiful way to live life, right? The balance of the Queen of Pentacles is a reception to all of the lovely things that life has to offer, as well as the hard work that needs to be done. It's both. She's a very independent spirit, and if she needs to defend herself, you can see that's a porcupine. She's got the quills, but she doesn't deem it necessary all the time, only when there's danger, right? Or she needs to use her experience and her know-how to defend herself from toxicity, or people, like, say, taking advantage of her, or taking advantage of the things that are abundantly growing in her life that she wants to protect when she needs to protect herself. But other than that, that's a very abundant energy. It's like being comfortable in your own self, in your own life, in what it is that you are multiplying in your life. So I would say there's this sense of thankfulness for what it is that you have been through in order to be able to thrive in the future, and to understand that you have every ability to do that. that you have the experience now. And that's what you're really being thankful for. That's what it feels like. Like, I'm not going to let this take me down. In fact, I'm going to spin that on its head and realize that this is actually going to lift me up, empower me, and create this beautiful sense of independent knowing that I did not have before, that makes me very prosperous and comfortable in my own skin. Wow. Powerful energy here, group 3. Okay. Let us see what other messages we have. You're already doing it. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Good job, group 3, right? Majority energy. You're already in this. You're already getting it. You've already accepted it. You're moving towards thriving. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. There are no swords. We have every other suit except swords. So yeah, swords would be the element of air that connects to, thinking and processing and communication. And so I'm really happy to see that there aren't any swords, actually. Stop overthinking. Hey, for those of you who are already working on it, you're already doing it, well done. If ever your mind gets involved, you know where to lean, right? You have the ability to make these choices, make these changes. You've got the experience. You can invite playfulness and joy into your life. And, you're it. You're this beautiful, independent, grounded, abundant being. Literally, abundance. You're already doing it. Okay. Abundance and intuition for this group. Card number 18, intuition. I am in tune with my soul's inner knowing. That's this true north that they're talking about. That's your compass, right? So yes, keep facing your true north. Keep using your intuition. Stay in tune with it. Abundance and intuition. I am abundant. Endless abundance flows through me. I am in tune with my soul's inner knowing. Most certainly. That's a good way to describe a Queen of Crystals. Abundant and intuitive. You may be just working towards embodying this energy. Let's get some more messages. Set your intentions with heart and soul. It feels like, well, she's holding a crystal ball, right? But it feels like whatever you want or what you intend for has the ability to come true. Like in the past, you may have felt like the trauma that you experienced would hold you back. But now this reconnection energy for you, this abundant reconnection energy or intuitive energy, sees you. It's almost like multiplication of power because you take responsibility, you don't let it hold you back, and you make the changes, which gives you more experience and wisdom, and therefore you're tuned in. So when you set the intention, you're not questioning whether or not that it will come to life or that you can act in alignment with it. So make sure you're setting intentions from a heart-centered place, and it's not an ego-centered place. That's the only thing I would say with that card. Because I'm getting like a be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it energy from that card. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. Okay, and we also have let go of control and relax into flow. That may be something that you've been working on, I'd say, group 3. Right? If you found that you put in certain mechanisms as a result of the trauma you experienced to control certain areas of your life or certain relationships or whatever it may be, this is just a kind reminder is how they're saying it to me. So it's a kind reminder that you're already doing a great job, that you can relax into the flow as opposed to needing to control things in order to get a certain outcome. You can trust in your own self to guide you in the flow of the divine, to move you into a thriving position. And so I feel like there's work being done around this for you guys. So if you're doing work on things that you're trying to, control that are maybe out of your control, and you're doing your best to trust the divine flow, well done. Keep up the good work is what I would say there. Yes. Set the intentions and relax into flow. It doesn't mean you won't have to do anything. It just means that You're conscious of where it is you're trying to control the divine, because that's never a good idea. Okay, final messages. Cherry Blossom, return quietly now and be at peace. Yes. Return to your soul, right? Return quietly now to your soul is what I want to say, and be at peace. It's a knowing energy that comes from that Cherry Blossom card. It's like this energy, the intuition card. Hyacinth, play, laugh, and find joy. Right next to those dolphins and that 3 of Cups. Yes. See, the lighter energy is apparent. So yeah, there's an up-leveling in the heaviness. So something's being released from the energy, surrendered over in the acceptance of the trauma and the abundant resourcefulness that you have to work with. And doing that work, you get to experience this lighter, more independent self. And we're getting that again there. Play, laugh, and find joy. And finally, final message, the Magnolia. You will find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. That's an interesting card to come out there. That could mean many different things to many people, right? So you want to use your beautiful, abundant intuition to tune in to how that's hitting you, especially as it regards your nervous system or the traumas that you've experienced, okay? Because it could be trauma connected to, you know, your familial line or where you come from. It could be ancestral trauma that they're talking about or bringing up. It could be just learned conditioning. So you may have some wisdom, or it could be there are answers and solutions that are to be gained to help you. Or it's another resource, like your heritage is another resource of how to resolve trauma or to help yourself through things and to help you feel more strong. Like what did your ancestors do, you know, that kind of feeling. But they're telling you specifically, you'll find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. So however that's landing for you, go exploring there, right? Remember, we're accepting the ideas and being curious on this new path. So you want to explore where you feel called to explore, you know, use the resources at your disposal. And some of them clearly are going to be coming, because the word need and wisdom, that's interesting. You'll find what you need. That's a sign from Spirit, right? Spirit always gives us what we need, not necessarily what we want sometimes, but definitely what we need. So they're pointing you, that's an arrow, pointing you in the direction of your heritage for some kind of insight or information that you obviously are going to need. So I would see where that leads. But don't be afraid to use this as like a springboard to a lighter energy, because I feel like you're ready to make the changes and choices that you need to keep it in a state where you know that you can like overcome this. Yes, but as I said, it's really about experience and using, not forgetting that you went through it, but using it in order to be able to be more of who you came to be, right? Be more of your independent, unique, abundant, intuitive self. And so in this group, I would say be grateful for your, I know it sounds weird, but be grateful for your traumas, because they're teaching you something that is very unique to you. And it's going to allow you to be very prosperous and comfortable in who you are. So I hope that this serves you. Remember, you're already doing it. It was my pleasure to read for you, Group 3. I hope you have a very abundant and grateful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating, and I will see you in the next one.